Last night I watched it making Frozen and I loved it. So today I'll be making an Olaf Tsum. And this is the picture I got of the Tsum online because it's not available yet in the store. So I'll be making something that looks like that. Now I have an oval shaped piece of white polymer clay here and have another piece that I rolled into a log, and this piece is shaped like a log I'll be using as his mouth. So I'm just going to pinch the edges so that it has kind of like a mouth shape, and then I'll just attach it to the body. Attach it to the head of the bottom part like this and just press it down until it starts to look like the front of his mouth. Press it down. So when it looks like this, now we can work on his mouth and his little tooth. So now that the bottom part of the mouth is attached, I'm going to work on making the little line that looks like a smile. So I'll take my knife and I'll draw from this side all the way to the other side. So now that I've cut a smile in his mouth like this, I'm going to take a little piece of white rectangular polymer clay that I shaped to look like his tooth, and I'm going to slide it right in the middle of the front of his mouth. So now that I've pressed his tooth into his mouth like this, I'm going to press it downwards, and when I've done that I can start closing the mouth up again and shaping it the way I want it to look. You just squeeze together the edges until the mouth starts closing up. For Olaf's nose, I'm going to use a little round bowl of orange polymer clay because in the Tsum his nose is actually round. And I'll just press that on in the middle, in between his two eyes. There you go. Now for Olaf's legs, I'm going to use 2 pieces of black and 2 pieces of white polymer clay, and they're very tiny and I have each rolled out into a log. The 2 black ones go in the front and the 2 white ones go in the back. I'll show you what that looks like. Here are the 2 black ones. I'll just stick it on my finger and press it right underneath. There you go. And then I'll do the same thing with 2 white ones, and then his feet will be ready. So now that I have all 4 of his legs attached, I'll be attaching his hair. And he has 3 strands of hair sticking up from the front, like this. So what I'll be using for that is wire. And I'll do the middle one first. Just take a little piece of wire and I'll just put it right at the top of his head in between both his eyes. So put it right at the top of his head. Now attach the other 2 strands of hair, one on either side, and they're kind of curved a little bit, so I just took my jewelry wire and I just curved it a little bit. And the one in the middle sticks up a little bit more than the rest, so push it down until the one in the middle sticks up. I'll do the other side and then Olaf will be ready for baking. So now Olaf has all 3 strands of hair. The next thing I'll do with Olaf is bake him. And if you're under 18, please let a grown-up help you with the baking. So I added Olaf's eyes with black pieces of polymer clay. And when I finished baking him, I painted the little hairs on his head black. The last thing I have to do is just draw in his eyebrows. And for that I have a black Sharpie.